Okay, for my first pick of the Sunday six pack presented by FanDuel, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 8.5. You didn't take them, and they've burned you the past couple of
Yeah.
weeks. I haven't been on them since their opening game against the Bengals. I think that this is finally the rah-rah spot. Like, this is the spot of one of the most embarrassing losses in franchise history, coming home against the Bucs with, a crowd that's probably going to be excited about the rookie quarterback. And this is your season. You lose this game, it's done. Good night. Like, literally in the AFC. So I expect this is the classic rah-rah. Get this team, like, they're going to come out with their hair on fire. Now, there's injuries in their defensive backfield. We'll see who ends up playing. There's also injuries in the Bucs defensive backfield. Regardless, I could sit here and give you all kinds of Tomlin home dog stats. I could give you Brady stats that'll look good after a loss. None of them have been covering over the past 2 weeks. But I do think it's just a gut feel thing with me, the Tomlin spots. But also, this is almost an auto play for me in the NFL. After a team loses by 35 plus, and I think that this line should be 7, we're getting 8.5 here. Every team's pretty much going to be in a rah-rah spot after you lose by 35 plus, and then you tend to get a little bit of value as a result the next week. I mean, by the way, this will be potentially the biggest dog the Steelers have been in 40 years. And over the past 20 years, they're 17-4-3 against the spread as a home dog. But listen to this. Teams that lost by 35 plus the week before are 71-41-5, 63.5% over the past 20 years, covering by about a field goal per game. When they're catching more than a field goal, so if they're an underdog by 3 or more points, they're 47-17-2. Just 73%. It's decent over the past 20 years. And just home dogs in general off 24 or more point loss. So if any team that's lost by 24 or more the week before, the following week, if they're a home dog, 57.5% since 1980, sample size of 390 games. Like, that's in the NFL, one of the hardest markets to beat. That's pretty solid. If you're going to fade the Bucs and Tom Brady specifically, road favorite over a touchdown, he's 500 in his career. Everywhere else, he's elite against the spread. And this Bucs team is just not the same team. That there's a reason why they have not been covering this year. Their offensive line is a mess. They cannot run the ball because they can't block. And their defense has injuries in the secondary. It's why they let Mariota come back. And I mean, it was unlucky, but Mariota and company came back in the second half from 21-0 down. They've lost both of their corners. They lost a safety. So they're beat up there. I actually like some of the things I saw from Pickett. It's a huge upgrade, I think, for Mitch Bortles. Mm-hmm. So I am happy to go to war with Pickett and that Pickett to Pickens connection. So I think that there's a little bit of value in the Steelers' desperation effort here for their season. And I'll take over a touchdown with a team that lost by 35 to the best team in the NFL on the road last week.
Yeah, and, probably should have talked about it at the top, but, week 6 is kind of like that last week early in the year. It's a big underdog week, or at least it has been historically. Like the market, weeks 1 to 3, it's kind of big underdog weeks. Everyone's overreacting, but then it kind of calms down in weeks 4 and 5. But week 6 since 2005, underdogs are 130, 102, and 7. That's 56%. But I found about 7 or 8 like underdog trends for week 6 that are all A graded in Bet Labs that hit over 60%. So this is like I think 12 Bet Labs trends popping up for the Steelers in this game, wow. and none for the Bucs, of course. So it's.
So are you going to be gun shy, or are you going to join?
Whew, I mean, I'm not doing it on the show.
Both of these teams have owned you.
I got it. I exactly. It's like I'm 41-17, and it's I'm pretty sure I have like 6 of those losses. Like a third of those losses are just Steelers and Bucs betting on Tomlin and Brady to like right the ship. and it just hasn't.
Well, at least they
happened.
play each other. It's only
I know,
one game.
but it's like I can't bet on both of them. That's the problem. Like usually you could just like bet you know try to get your money back, just keep doubling up your units until you win. But like I can't bet on both of them. One of them is gonna lose, and so it's like it's not as intriguing. But no, the Steelers are the right play. The Steelers are definitely the right play. It's probably sick as our listeners are of hearing that the Steelers are indeed the right play.